Hi, welcome to Andromeda's PM Academy. I am Barry Wiley. Today, we're going to talk about markup versus margin. This is a number that sometimes gets confused. I know in scenarios when I talk about a change order with someone, I said, hey, what's the margin on that? And they go 30%. And I'm like, oh, we're going to make 30% on that. It's fairly good. But realistically, what they did is they took the costs and he added 33% on top of that. So that's a big disconnection between markup versus margin. Let's take the scenario simple one, where we have a sell price of $100. Cost is $70. Profit, $30. Simple example. So what is the margin? Margin is profit divided by sell price. That's 30%. Markup is profit divided by your sell price. It's trying to calculate what is the difference between that. So if you take the 30 divided by 70, that's 43%. That's a big disconnection between what was expected if you actually confused the two languages, there's a big disconnection. Because let's look at this. You take costs of $70. You said, hey, I marking it up 30%. That's 70 times 1.3 gets you $91. So your cost is the same, 70 bucks. Your sell price moved to $91. Profit is $21. So, go in the same thing. Margin in this scenario, 21 divided by that is 23%. Your markup is 30%. Look at what you just missed. $9 lost, or 7%. Lost because you confused the word between markup and margin. That would make your management team and your boss very disappointed if you confuse the terms. So this is the example of trying to figure out when or how to properly calculate this scenario. A lot of times, it's very easy to say our goal is a certain margin percent. We want to get 30%. But we might not know what that means in markup. Again, if you confused it, if you actually knew the proper markup scenario, you would take 70 times 1.43, that's 1 plus the markup. You would get $100. You probably will always remember 43% is the markup for a margin of 30% because you watch this exercise. But what happens if you don't? What I would do, the easiest aspect, is you take your costs of $70. Realistically, you will not times it. That's the problem. You want to reverse engineer. You're going to divide it 1 minus the margin, since we normally know the margin scenario. So this is $70 divided by 1 minus 0.3. 70 divided by 0.7 will get you your $100. So, always in this scenario, make sure you clearly understand markup versus margin. If you do know the margin expectations, you take your costs divided by 1 minus the margin. That's easy math. Remember that aspect. It's a lot easier to try and do the conversion. If you want to, I have a sheet that has a conversion rate that takes up what a margin percentage is and markup the ratios. If you want to look at that cheat sheet, please email me at andromedapmacademy@gmail.com and I will send you that chart. So, end of the day, the takeaway, markup percentage is always greater than margin. If you know the margin you're after, your markup has to be greater, sometimes a lot greater. So, if you know markup, clearly understand what markup is, you take your cost times 1 times that amount. Well, most situations when you know the margin. So you take your cost divided by 1 minus the margin percentage, and that gets your number. Thank you for watching. If you want more of these, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you will get updated on a daily basis or weekly basis when they're shot. Also, follow us on Twitter at Andromeda PM, and you can email us at AndromedaPMAcademy@gmail.com to be part of the newsletters, and you will get updates of future aspects. Thanks again.